in 2011 we were facing an 11% of GDP budget deficit. That's not the case today. We've got debt on track to basically be level pegging over the next few years from where it is today, and we're putting in tax cuts for working people, while also got that triple lock for pensioners, which we've installed, which will see a £900 a year rise in a few months' time. So helping people in work with reducing national insurance and helping those who've worked hard all their lives, those pensioners as well.
So where is the surge of national gratitude for all this achievement?
Look, I think we can both accept that the Conservative Party in Parliament hasn't necessarily covered itself in glory over the last couple of years. I think some of my colleagues have been talking too much about themselves rather than about actually what we've been doing over the last 14 years and what we're planning to do for the future as well. And that's also, in fairness, taken scrutiny off our main opposition party, the Labour Party, as well. And I think it's right that we now concentrate on what we've done, but also what we're going to do, and keep an eye to the opposition, who I think have been given a bit of a free ride, although with Angela Rayner today, that's clearly coming a little bit unstuck because we still don't really know what she's been up to.
OK, let's move on from her to your own leader, Rishi Sunak, who described the inheritance that he picked up as Prime Minister as a hospital pass. And my question is, who threw him that hospital pass, Richard?
Look, it was quite a difficult moment in time. I think you will agree. I mean, obviously, you know, I was on the Rishi Sunak's leadership campaign at the time and wanted him to, get over the line. Didn't quite happen initially. But look, we've come through quite a difficult period, a turbulent period in politics, which has set us on a strong course now, reducing taxes for people in work. And I think, it's something we don't talk enough about, actually, the fact that there's that double tax on work. It's something that we're committed to getting rid of, right? And I would have thought that a party like Labour, which traditionally represented people like my grandfather, who was a working class lad, I thought Labour might have wanted to avoid double taxation on work, something they're not even committing to at the moment, something being delivered by the Conservatives in government. And I think that's exactly where people want to see. They want to see people who work hard, see a tax cut, and those who've worked hard all their lives looked after with a triple lock on pensions. You will have seen the eminent pollster John Curtis suggesting that there is a 99% chance now of a Labour victory at the general election. What is the percentage that you would give your party? Well, what I would say is that it's very risky to make predictions, especially potentially this far out from a general election. I was speaking to the Australian Liberals a few months ago. They were 16 points behind 4 months out from their general election and ended up running it incredibly close. And I think if you look back to general elections I've been involved in, I was elected in 2019. 6 months before that, we were on we got 9%, I think, or something like that in the European elections. In 2017, we were cruising to a 160-seat majority at the start of the general election campaign. In 2015, Ed Miliband was going to come to victory. In 2010, it was impossible for the Conservatives not to get a victory. I think that anybody making predictions this far out needs to really think very carefully about what they're doing. If you want a 20 quid bet to a charity of our choice, Richard, I'm absolutely up for it. I can't actually touch you because you're on the screen, but we can shake on that afterwards. I'm getting a smile rather than a yes, please. But I think, Andrew. I think political bets are unwise given what's happened recently with others doing such things. I think that one would be certainly. Let me ask you about yourself, because you're North West Durham. You were the first person elected as a Conservative in North West Durham. Not a huge majority in 2019. Are you definitely going to stand in the same seat this time round? Well, my seat doesn't exist, sadly, this time round. My seat is chopped up into 4. It's replaced by Blaydon and Concert, new seat, North Durham, City of Durham, and then a small portion of it goes down into the old Bishop Auckland seat as well. We've selected for 2 of those seats already. The other 2 are being selected in the next few weeks, but I've committed to fighting all the way through. When I was elected... You're going to stay in the county? When I was elected for North West Durham, I committed to serving those people right through to the general election, and that's exactly what I'll be doing, Andrew. And I don't think your listeners are really that interested in my political future. I am. I'm very interested. I'm hearing your suggestion. You're not going to stay. You're not necessarily going to be standing in the county of Durham next time round. Well, I was, as you'll know, I was selected right at the last minute last time, but I made that commitment to the people that I would serve that full term and work for them full time as their member of parliament. I think if you speak to my constituents, they'll have seen somebody who's probably been more active than many of the previous Labour occupants of that office, some of whom treat it as a little bit of a sinecure. That's certainly not the way I've taken it. And you can have a look at my Facebook to see what I'm up to. I'll be up there this weekend as well, out campaigning with our candidates.
So
that's my job.
So that terrible phrase "chicken run" doesn't apply.
Well, I mean, seeing as the seat doesn't exist, it's rather difficult to run away from it, Andrew.
All right, but you're not. It doesn't sound to me like you intend to stand in Durham, Richard.
Well, I've at the moment, these two of the areas have already been selected, which replaced my seat. I've not made a decision on what to do next yet, but as I say, I'll be continuing to serve the people of the current North West Durham constituency, which is abolished at the turn of the next general election.
Sorry, but to be absolutely clear, you will be standing as a Conservative candidate in the election.
Well, I hope to, Andrew. I mean, in the end, that will be down to the local associations. Unlike the Labour Party, we don't force our local associations to take people. But I hope to be doing that at the next election. But yeah, I'll be looking for a seat somewhere to fight. Yes.